Hey guys, Joe here from Xbox Games, and it is a cold day here out in Xbox Studios, hence the beanie. Anyways, check this out. I mean, we got the Nerf Ultra Dorado. Now, I thought about as a month ago, I thought this thing was a myth, right? I searched YouTube, I couldn't find it. I saw a few people have them, but it looked like it was all overseas. So, of course, I went to my local eBay, and I found one of these, and it took, I think, almost 6 weeks to get, somewhere right in there, 7 weeks. So it did come from overseas. I don't know if they're going to have this show up here locally, right, at some of the local stores here inside the U.S. I don't know. So all I can vouch for is currently right now, yeah, we got this one overseas, and it took about 6 weeks to get here, and I was surprised when it showed up. I was like, what is this package? It came from Italy. What is this all about? So hopefully this will hit the U.S. shelves soon. I don't know. It was very similar to... what was this? It was very similar to the Pharaoh right here. This thing was, again, it was like something that everybody wanted, and I tried ordering it online. It was on back order, and then finally I went to my local store and I was like, what? They got it? I'm like, come on. Can someone just get a good idea when this stuff's supposed to come out? So check that thing out too. That thing is a beast of a blaster. But let's get back to this. I mean, look at that. Gosh, it's like a subcompact little like machine gun type blaster here. I think it looks awesome. It's kind of what the Ultra 2, like, I like this, and they kind of took that same platform, and we'll kind of show comparisons here in a little bit. They took that platform and kind of added the cool stuff to it, I think. Anyways, the stuff that I wish that the Ultra 2 had. And we are definitely going to go over our whole Ultra line. We got pretty much every single one they've had, plus, of course, some of the rare ones here. You guys can check a lot of them out here, from the 1, the 2, the 3, the Pharaoh. I mean, we got them all. And so we are going to definitely go over and maybe do a video on where we rate those. But let's get into this. We paid about $80 for this when it was all said and done. About $85. So it's pricey, but I wanted to get it because I wanted to be one of the first to kind of, in the US, to kind of do a review on this. Because I see a lot of people do this kind of mod to the Ultra, where they'll kind of mod the back end and do all of that, right? Which I think is kind of cool, but now you can actually get it. I'm thinking when this comes out here, maybe in the US, this is probably going to be, I don't know, $39, $40, something right in there. It's probably going to be a little cheaper than the Ultra 1. I think that thing was like $49 or something like that. So it should be cheaper than that, but who knows, right? I don't know. Let's get into this. You could see right out of the box, on the front of the box actually, it's kind of cool. Dorado has that whole kind of, again, golden theme. They use the same kind of triangulated box there. One of the things I did notice is they did not put one of the little darts in the window, right? Usually on the US versions, they had that dart in the window up there. This time they just included all 12 darts inside the actual box itself, which is okay. I don't mind, right? We flip it over to the back, kind of the same thing. No spoilers here. Kind of shows the blaster itself, 6 rotating things, 6 holders up top. So nothing too fancy on the back itself. I didn't expect there to be any spoilers since this is something that I haven't seen in the US yet, but I'm hoping maybe the box is going to be very similar. I bet you it's very close, but maybe they'll put the actual dart up there, right, inside the corner for the US version, if it is coming to the US. Anyways, the box, not too crazy. Let's show you what it looks like coming out of the box. So out of the box, yeah, it comes all put together. Again, nothing too crazy. It does come with, of course, 12 of the kind of golden darts. These are the same Ultra darts that come along with the Pharaoh. So I don't know if they're transitioning to these over the black ones, but still, I shot the black ones and the gold ones out of here. Didn't have an issue. I shot some of the Screamers, didn't have an issue. It was the same thing. So yeah, the Screaming or the Yelling one, the Yelling darts, the gold and the black, they all shot perfectly fine out of here. Again, it comes with 12 of those darts. I'll just throw them up there. Nothing too crazy out of here. I didn't see much of an improvement, again, over the Screaming ones and the black darts. So looking at the blaster though, man, to me, it's like a different color white. It's not a, I don't feel like it's the same white as on the US versions, like of the 2 and the 1. It's like a little bit darker of a white, which is different. Everything else is pretty much the same, but I don't know. Again, it could be that, these are the overseas versions comparison to the US versions, but it's still very close. It's hard to tell the difference between some of the Ultra blasters, but when you look at them, I'm like, yeah, it's very close, but it's not exact. This blaster does also use, of course, 6 AA's. I like anything that uses, 9.6 volts, 6 AA's battery pack, because when you jump into that kind of that 9.6 volt arena and up, you usually have pretty good performance. I'm really not a big fan of anything that uses just 6 volts or 4 AA's. You just don't get the performance out of it. Anything that uses 9.6, yes, I'm like, yes. Or even 11 point, even a LiPo pack, I'm like, oh man. But this, yeah, same thing, of course, as the Ultra. The battery doors on both these are very similar. Of course, the Ultra 2, it's a little more up on the actual blaster comparison to on the Dorado. It's a little bit lower, but again, you guys can, again, I'll throw that up. Very, very similar. Again, I'm trying to compare both these because most of the people in the US will probably want to know how these two compare since they are very, very similar. The grip on the Dorado, it actually feels really good. It feels very similar to a lot of the grips inside the Ultra line. And you know what? For the most part, they're great. They feel great. I have no complaints whatsoever when it comes to the grips on the Ultra line. They're a little bit thicker. They're a little bit more contour to kind of fit your hand, so nothing to complain about there. The front grip on the Dorado, it feels good. Again, it gives you that compact feel, right? So you're kind of like real close, like right here, like you just want to get up and do some QCB type combat. I did open this up just to see if it actually attached, to a tactical rail down there. Very similar to how the tactical rail is here on the 2. I thought maybe that tactical rail was down here also, and this just clamped on it. No, it's not. It's a clamping piece, but the 2 pieces go up into the actual bottom of the cradle there. So that kind of sucks. I really wish there was a tactical rail there and then this slid over it so you could put something like maybe a foregrip on there instead of the hand grip. I was crossing my fingers, but I can envision somebody making a tactical rail for this, just for that. And when I looked at it, it is primed and ready for it. The width is great. The grooves are great. Someone could just put one in there. You could pretty much just unscrew both these and it actually pops right out. So just something to think about. I feel like this thing is going to be heavily modifiable just by some of the stuff that I've looked at. The butt plate isn't too bad. It's kind of a clip-in. It's kind of a clip-in / screw-in type. Again, it's not too bad. When I first looked at it, I was like, oh, that's just like clipped in there. Oh no, and then I looked and I was like, okay, it got about 5 or 6 screws that it's held in by. I could see someone again creating an adjustable one for that, but still, it feels really good. It makes me really compact when I'm in here kind of firing this thing. I really enjoyed this blaster again because it's kind of like this where I wanted to get up there, but it's more to hold it out. Again, I really enjoyed kind of those features on this thing. If we look at, there's only one, of course, tactical rail on the top. I was hoping, again, it was on the bottom, but only one tactical rail. It does kind of have these, I don't even know if you want to call those iron type sights on there. And it does fit, yes, all of your, of course, your, Nerf tactical accessories, whatever you want to put on there. I just got the Nerf sniper rifle one on there. Maybe not the best for it. Maybe you can use a red dot or something like that. But for the most part, I don't really use it. I mean, I just kind of look down and just use the kind of iron sights that are on there. Now, it is a 6-shooter, very again similar to, yes, the Ultra 2. Same mechanism, same everything. So you could see, I mean, nothing different. When I looked at both these, it's pretty much the same everything that I can see when I kind of look down it. One of the things I did run into trouble with is loading some of the darts. I noticed that the kind of that rubber head sometimes would really catch on the barrel. So really when you're putting the darts in, if you give it a little bit of a twist, it tended to help kind of get the darts to go in a little bit better. There might be better ways to do it, but I just did notice, yeah, the first couple times when I was loading this thing, that rubber tip would catch and it would be just very difficult to push the dart in. But if you give the back of it just a little bit of a twist as you're going in, they seem to be perfectly fine. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably are wondering, oh man, how does this thing shoot? So let's switch it up here so you guys can kind of see this. So I'm going to show you here. I mean, I don't feel like it revs as quick as the Ultra 2, but it still revs pretty fast and hard. So this thing was shooting, I mean, in the upper 90s all day long, a few 100s. And I shot about 50 shots to this, both, the normal standard black darts, as well as the gold darts, as well as the screamer darts. I didn't really notice a difference. I felt like I did get the most accuracy, of course, out of the golden and the black darts. The screaming ones, I don't know. It was just kind of all over the place. But you could see here again, if you let this thing spin up and then you shoot, I mean, it shoots hard. There are no complaints out of this thing whatsoever, but I do feel like the Nerf Ultra 2 revved up quicker. So I don't know, maybe it's my batteries, maybe it's something, but it just, I don't feel like it revs up as hard and as violent as the Nerf Ultra 2. So again, I want to pull up just a quick comparison of the Nerf Ultra 2 and the Dorado here, so you guys can kind of see it from a top view. You could see very, very similar. Of course, there's not a huge muzzle and some of the stuff like that on here, but it's very similar. I mean, they share probably, I would say, at least 80% of their parts with the addition of course, a redesigned bottom, kind of a redesigned front upper up there where the battery tray's at, and of course the big tactical rail up top and the butt plate. But other than that, I mean, they're very, very similar. Kind of the back butt plate, the firing mechanism, the door, the handle, all of this is very, very similar. So again, I know it's gonna be a big question that people are gonna ask when they probably see this video or were curious about the Dorado. I think it's cool. I can't wait until this thing shows up, you know, here inside the States, if it's not already here now. I just have never seen it, nor have I been able to order it like anywhere. So I'm glad I was able to pick one up. I kind of forgot about it. I ordered it a long time ago and was like, what is this? Oh my gosh, it finally showed up. And that's why I had to hurry up and get this video out, because I wanted you guys to check this thing out, because I think it's cool. I think it's a cool Ultra blaster, a lot different than, of course, my 2 and some of my other blasters. This is probably up there. I mean, I do like the Pharaoh, again, quite a bit, but I do like this also. I will probably do a quick video on all the different Ultra blasters I have and kind of rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 with what's currently out there. Anyways, guys, definitely subscribe if you guys haven't already. Let me know if you guys were able to find this here locally in the US, because I'd be very curious if you were, because I have not seen it. I had to go far and wide to get this particular blaster. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again, Fox fans.